Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to beautiful Case Arena. The 0-1 Frankfort Hot Dogs hosting the 0-2 Fountain Central Mustangs. Live here tonight, J.D. Arland alongside Doug Wood for a great Wabash River versus Sagamore Conference basketball game. And Doug, a much-needed win on both sides of the ball as these two programs try to pick up their first wins of the season. Yeah,
tonight's a big one for both programs. You know, Fountain Central comes in 0-2. Kind of getting beat down in both their first two games. So you try to come play Frankfort in Case Arena. You know, it's a big game. And for Frankfort, you know, they lost by 40 to Carroll, which is a tough game. They got a girl named Allie Harness, which, I mean, she can put some points on the board. So tonight's an opportunity to get that first win. It's always nice to get your first win of the season. So we'll see if they can do it tonight.
Absolutely. Well said, Doug. As we take a look at the Fountain Central roster, keep your eye there on number 10, Braylee Hoagland. She was the most successful the last time these two teams met. The Fountain Central Mustangs, coached by first-year head coach Sam Carr, who is 0-2, but had some great success at the former Turkey Run High School, a 3-year career where he logged a 60-15 overall record with that school that was later absorbed by Park Heritage. So Fountain Central, obviously, Doug, we were talking a little bit before we went on air about how young this squad is. How can that actually be beneficial to have girls that are primarily sophomores and then one junior on the starting lineup?
Yeah, it's one of those where you're going to improve as long as you go, like throughout the season. Every game you're going to see improvement. You come in as a young player, and you struggle with the pace of the game. It's faster, way faster than middle school, and so as they play more, they're going to get more comfortable, and then obviously in the future years, they're going to be a way better team because they've been playing at that level for a couple of years now. So,
well said. Definitely a different game on the high school floor under the lights at Case Arena, the cathedral of basketball here in north central Indiana. As you see, the home team in white, the Frankfort Hot Dogs, out, and they are also under new management with Matt Crawford, who's 0-1 in his first year. Spent time at Clinton Central and at Delphi most recently last season, logging a 9-13 record at the helm of that program. Doug, you had a great storyline about Coach Crawford. Lay it on him.
So Coach Crawford's first ever coaching job out of college was at Brownsburg when it was Gordon Hayward's senior year and they won a state championship. So he started out his coaching career with the state championship, coaching a now NBA player and a great Butler basketball player.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Crawford definitely knows how to get the job done. And under new management, like I said, but these Frankfort Hot Dogs have struggled. You alluded to it a little bit earlier. A 64-24 loss against Carroll. Allie Harness shooting about 56% from the field, and it was fast break. So I know you talked a little bit to Coach Crawford before this one, and he said the press is what they're going to utilize now that they have the ability to slow the game down a little more.
Yeah, against Carroll, they were just a run-and-gun team, and so the press was not effective versus them. But now Fountain Central, they come in, they struggle a little bit with the turnovers. Clinton Prairie had 17 steals versus Fountain Central. So I think he thinks he can get an advantage by putting some pressure on them, forcing them into some tough situations, get some extra possessions that way.
Doug, national anthem in just about a minute, but we have a little bit of time for your key to the game. What are you saying for both squads?
My key to the game for both squads was limit the turnovers. You can't score if you don't get a shot up. Frankfort had 37 turnovers versus Carroll on Wednesday night, and Fountain Central had 20-plus versus Clinton Prairie. Clinton Prairie had 17 steals. So you got to take care of the basketball if you want to win.
Ball security is indeed job security.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that. Madison Cook, obviously a big weapon for this new Frankfort offense, and also you've got to take easy shots to make easy shots. The Hot Dogs only shooting about 27% from the floor. But we will see all of that action. These two teams searching for their first win right here at Case Arena. You're watching the Hot Dog Network as we step away for the national anthem. We'll be right back.
Finding affordable, quality reproductive health care isn't always easy. Did you know that there is now a family planning and reproductive health clinic in our area that is income-based? Services include Pap tests, breast cancer screenings, pregnancy tests, sexually transmitted infection and HIV testing, same-day birth control placement, filled prescriptions, and free condoms. Services are on an income-based sliding scale. Visit 1234 Rossville Avenue or call 659-6063 for more information or to schedule an appointment.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a third season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
All right, folks, grab your popcorn. National anthem is now over, and that means it's time for starting lineup. So we start with the visitors. First, wearing the number 4 jersey, Riley Simcoe. Wearing the 10 jersey, one of the key players to this game, the point guard, this 5'6" sophomore, Braylee Hoagland. And the 20 jersey, Hannah Prickett, a small forward, power forward, and shooting guard, so really a utility player, standing at 5'6". She's also a sophomore. In the 22 jersey, Kaylee Sprang, the power forward, a 5'11" sophomore, and number 33, Katie Brown, a 5'9" junior. Doug, a lot of youth on this roster.
Yeah, they are extremely young. They only have 2 upperclassmen, and both of them are juniors. So everyone else is either a freshman or a sophomore. So we'll see how they develop tonight. You know, struggle in the first 2 games, but see if they get the jitters out and play well tonight.
You can never judge a team on how they're going to do in the postseason based on games happening in November. But obviously that's where everyone's eyes are on. And, of course, a little more longevity for these girls who haven't been playing for so long. Maybe they'll have a little more energy at the beginning of this season. All right, we switch over to Frankfort. Get your pens out. You're watching the Hot Dog Network. So here are your starters for the home team, Frankfort Hot Dogs. Number 2, Ashley Vasquez Rivera, the sophomore, standing at 5'0". Number 3, Daisy Santos Valdez, a sophomore as well, standing at 5'6". Number 5, Madison Cook, a senior at 5'4". She is their point guard and leading scorer this year. Number 22, Sarah Flores, the 5'7" junior. And finally, number 24, Vanessa Gardado, the 5'7" junior. So, Doug, you go to school with these girls. Yeah. What have you seen from them in practice and in preseason as a little bit of a preview tonight?
Yeah, I think they're working a lot harder. I think last year a lot of them were younger, the girls that are starting now. But in practice, you know, they're getting after it every single day. Ball handling, working on your shot. So I think look tonight for them to get the ball inside, get the ball to Madison Cook, and I think they got a chance to win tonight.
Of course, 4 quarters of play here in Indiana High School girls basketball. All quarters are 8 minutes apiece, and it's important to dominate in that first quarter. Frankfort went down 25-9, 25-4, excuse me, last game out as they commit the turnover there, and so Fountain Central will take over under their own basket.
Yeah, we just talked about that before, limiting the turnovers. Tough start to start out with a turnover, but got to play some good defense now.
Hoagland looking for some space around the key. The toss is to Simcoe as they try to cut inside. They're sprang, and under the bucket is Casey Kirkpatrick. And so now Frankfort will get a second chance. Driving to the rim and picking up the foul is Madison Cook. No surprises there. That's who Frankfort's head coach, Matt Crawford, is going to put the ball in the hands of all night.
Yeah, that was a nice drive from the top of the key. Get in. A lot of times you're going to get that foul call when you got a full head of steam. The refs tend to give you that foul call. So a good drive there. Now I just got to knock in these free throws.
Frankfort at 50% this season, 100% tonight, as Cook knocks in the first one to open up scoring. For those playing at home, Case Arena welcoming its first girls basketball game of the year. Both of these squads starting on the road. And the second one will not go in, so that 1-1 stays true as the Hot Dogs remain at 50%. Now with the ball is Hoagland. Tosses left. That's Simcoe. Back to Hoagland on the outside. Here's Hannah Prickett. They'll go low again, and this time it's going out. So 2 attempts to drive to the baseline, but 0 points on the board for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I think she thought her teammate was drifting back up, and she did not. So the ball went right into the fans there.
Frankfort trying to respond. They'll lose it. First turnover of the night. Again, 37 turnovers last game. Got to limit those. Here's Simcoe. Tosses it over to Hoagland. This offense running through Prickett now. They'll toss to the baseline where Casey Kirkpatrick puts it up, and no good. Her second missed shot tonight, 0 for 2. But they'll say Frankfort touched it, and so it's staying with the Mustangs.
I believe they called a foul there on Vanessa. They said that she shoved her out of bounds. So
1 foul apiece for both of these squads. Frankfort committing 15 fouls last game, about standard for these Hot Dogs we've seen over the past couple of seasons. Here's Prickett, left side, Hoagland. Looking for some space, a great double team there as Prickett tries to take it back. And how about this defensive zone pressure from the Hot Dogs? Simcoe, no good. Up under the rim, and Casey Kirkpatrick is fouled, and so they will feed her, the 5'9" junior forward, and Kirkpatrick has been a key of this Mustang offense so far.
Yeah, if you're Coach Crawford, you hate to see that. If you're starting a post player, getting 2 fouls early. Looks like Jalen Vessels will be checking in here, get her out. Yeah, that's a big loss for the Dogs. She's a pretty good post scorer for them. So we'll look to see Madison Cook will be shooting probably even more now.
And it looks like a little confusion there as Vessels comes out. So maybe they'll do it after the play. We'll see. At the line, Casey Kirkpatrick shooting 2, makes her first one. And the first points of the night for the Mustangs. And now Vessels will check in. Jalen Vessels, a senior, comes off the bench, described by Coach Crawford as bringing a whole lot of energy and defense, but maybe not as much size as Guardado, who is 5'7". And timeout called as Fountain Central knocked both of them in. Doug, important to get those free points while you have them.
Yeah, you got to knock down your free throws. I grew up playing basketball, and the coaches always pounding your head. Free throws win ball games. When you come down at the end of the game, you lose by maybe 3 points, and you missed 6 or 7 free throws. You think, we just knocked those in, we win this game. So that's big for Fountain Central, knocking those down early.
So now Crawford meeting with his team, drawing up a couple of plays. Nothing seeming to be working under the rim. They've tried to pass, and one went out of bounds, and then another one was stolen away. How do you protect the ball in an offense where you're passing 3-4 times before taking a shot?
Just catching the ball in triple threat, like that's the fundamentals. Making sure you know where your teammates are going to be. You're putting the ball down before you're going. Just staying on your feet, that's a big thing. Jump passes hardly ever work in this game unless you know exactly where that player is. So you just got to stay true to the fundamentals.
Santos Valdez will throw in as the Mustangs will press. Almost losing it was Cook. They'll call no foul as she's trapped, and there is the foul that comes in. So we'll see who they got on there. It looks like it might have been on Braylee Hoagland. And so that'll be the second foul. So both teams with 2 fouls apiece. And now Frankfort will restart. Give it right back to Cook. And she'll try the 3. No good.
Yeah, you don't want to see that if you're Coach Crawford. The early 3, just move it around. You don't got a shot clock in high school basketball, so let's find a better shot than that. Get it to another player and get in your offense.
Prickett trying to drive inside. Again, great zone defense from these Hot Dogs as Valdez is right there. A defensive battle here at Case Arena. Still in the first quarter here, about 5:45 to go. Score 2-1, the Hot Dogs trail. Simcoe back over the right side to Prickett. Prickett tosses left to Hoagland. Hoagland is double teamed in the post. Nowhere to go. She'll go down with it, but no whistle. How about that? They're letting him play. Finally, a whistle blown as Prickett's shot will not count, but it'll be a timeout. And so physical basketball on the double team, and what Frankfort lacks in size, they make up for in defensive strategy.
Yeah, that's what Coach Crawford wants. He wants to be a physical on defense and just play hard. So he's got to be happy the way they trap there. That's what you got to do to win this ball game.
And as we take a timeout, we take a second to thank our sponsor, Ardent Dental. Ardent Dental offers a high-tech dentistry with a personal touch. Their team, all trained and knowledgeable in many areas of dentistry, believing strongly in continuing education to provide for patients with the latest technology and techniques. They look forward to providing the highest quality of dentistry achievable not only for you, but your family and friends as well. Visit ardentdental.com for more information. Ardent Dental, healthy smiles start there, as there's a bucket for Hannah Prickett, the first field goal made for Fountain Central, and they take a 4-1 lead. And Cook loses control, so this one's going back the other way. Kirkpatrick tosses it down. How about another steal? Job security here is ball security as Flores is fouled. And so a couple of laser-quick possessions there.
Yeah. You just got to slow it down. I think they're just trying to go a little too fast. Cook tried to dribble between two defenders on that press, and that's what they want. They want you to try to dribble through them because oftentimes you get a steal off that. So pass it around. That's how you beat a press, by the pass.
Prickett picks it off. Cook there on the defense, swats it away. And Hoagland picks up the second chance, but Cook's right there. That leaves an open lane on the left side, and Prickett tosses into Sprague, who's no good. And so Frankfort take a breath of fresh air. This aggressive Mustang offense has been there all night, and this will be, I believe, a block. And so the fourth foul for Fountain Central, as fouls becoming an issue early.
I believe that's the third time Cook has drove in and drew a foul. So she's doing a good job getting into the paint and getting Fountain Central in foul trouble early.
Jalen Vessels back in the game as Ashley Vasquez Rivera takes a seat. And this one picked off by Braylee Hoagland. Of course, it'll stay with Frankfort, but you got to love the aggressiveness there.
Yeah, that's great defense. Like we said, Frankfort struggles with the turnovers, so you can get them in pressure situations. They tend to give the ball to the other team, and there's another one right there.
And this one's going back to Fountain Central, so the design block works out as Hannah Prickett will inbound, and the Mustangs will get back on track here. Simcoe tosses right. There's Hoagland back to Simcoe. Having some difficulty penetrating to the right, so they'll go right to the center. Up and no good, but Hoagland gets her own rebound. They'll toss it up again. A missed shot there for Kaylee Sprague. Prickett had the ball. At the moment, a foul was called, so we'll see who it's on here.
Jalen Vessels, I think that's who it's on.
So her first, team third, as the PA announcer said. So Fountain Central will inbound. Prickett tries the quick jumper and gets it. Her fourth point and her second made field goal. She's shooting 2 for 2 from the floor. And this will be a push. Looks like it was on Vessels again. And it was on number 20 there. So that was Esme Vasquez Sanchez.
Looks like Frankfort still has the ball, huh? Oh. I thought they called that one on Frankfort. So.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, it must have been on Prickett then. So still with the ball are the Hot Dogs. Charging down to the right, there's Cook. She'll try a quick layup, no good. Rebounded by Hoagland. And this one's heading back with the Mustangs anyway. Just had to do it with a whistle.
You know, the shot did not go in, but that was a nice drive. Drive baseline, that's what you want to do. Get to the basket, let Cook shoot the ball.
They'll try the trap to no avail. Hoagland broken up as Ella McCarthy commits her first. And that is the 4th hot dog foul of the evening. Again, still here in the first quarter, 6-1. Mustangs lead, 3:45 and rolling. There's Hoagland back off to Simcoe. Simcoe hands it right to the defense. Flores is there, hands it off to Cook. Cook thinking about the shot. She'll fade away off the backboard and no good. They'll get it back to the left, and picked off is Prickett, who tries the fast break layup to no avail. And so this one's heading back with the hot dogs. Maybe not. Here's Hoagland, who's fouled under the rim. How about the aggressiveness of the Mustangs there? Not giving up on any play, and Cook just nowhere to shoot. Here's the foul. It looks like they'll call it on Vessels, her second.
Yeah, we got to slow the ball down if you're Frankfort here. Trying to run with the ball before you put it down causes you to throw an errant pass. And now Fountain Central's at the free throw line.
That is Braylee Hoagland, who misses her first. Can score 6-1 here, so a low-scoring affair early. Both teams averaging under 5 in the first quarter as the second one sails in, 7-1, 3:15 on the clock. Here's Cook. She's double-teamed and pushed out. No foul called. It'll just head back to the Mustangs. So great defense there, keeping the hands up and not committing a foul. And so inbounding is Simcoe. Goes back over to Hoagland. Getting the call from the sideline, and Sam Carr calling a play. Here's Prickett. Top of that key. We haven't seen much action from the three-point line, from these Mustangs. As they'll go inside, and fighting for it was Jalen Vessels. No, that was Jalen Vessels, the 10 jersey. If she's called, that would be her third early in this game to have 3 fouls.
Yeah, they're good aggressive play, but looks like she just got a little too much arm on that.
How about Prickett from way downtown? 10-1 the score as Prickett drains the 3, and Fountain Central is going to get the ball right back. Hoagland's got it. She's thinking about 3. Hands it instead off to the leading scorer, Prickett, who has 7 tonight. Sprague left side to Hoagland. Tipped up by Vessels, but Fountain Central gets it back. No good there was Sprague, as it looks like Kirkpatrick was fouled. And so a whole lot going on the baseline. And this is Sprague's third trip, this is Casey Kirkpatrick's third trip to the charity stripe so far.
Yeah, she's doing a really good job when she gets that ball in the paint, being physical, going up with it, and drawing that foul.
Her third point, all of them coming from the free throw line. And that's a case study on why it's important to make your free throws there. Already up by double digits now are the Mustangs. Second one is just shy. But a great rebound off of that side to Riley Simcoe. Hoagland in the game for the first time tonight for Fountain Central. Prickett thinking about it. Here's Hoagland again. Deep toss to Simcoe, and just some miscommunication there as the turnover sails to Madison Cook. So Cook goes to the right side. They'll pop the 3. Rivera, no good. So her first missed 3 of the night. Frankfort's lone point came from the charity stripe early in the game, as there's a errant pass that'll send it back to the Hot Dogs. But Frankfort just not able to call many plays on offense, and that's partially due to this extremely aggressive full-court press that Fountain Central's playing.
Yeah, well, coming in, I thought Frankfort would be the one forcing the turnovers, pressing, but it looks like Fountain Central's done to them what they wanted to do to Fountain Central. So really good defense and a great strategy by Sam Carr coming into this game.
The tables turn. Frankfort, they're under the rim. This one's deflected away. A great attempt to no avail. Saria Flores misses. And so it'll go back the other way. And here's Prickett. Dumps it inside to Sprague. Wide open shot for Simcoe. She takes it. No good.
Long board to Cook.
Here comes Cook on the fast break. Puts it up. Not off the glass. Misses. The second attempt there if first you don't succeed, try again. But it looks like this won't happen for the Hot Dogs as they'll come up scoreless.
Yeah, it looks like they got about 3 offensive boards there, but couldn't get one to fall.
First step is rebounding. You can get as many of those as you want, but you're
Yeah.
not going to see it on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
So good heads-up basketball from the Hot Dogs, but to what point? And so now we gather again at the foul line. Lainey Hoagland will take the shot. A couple of shots there. The 7th team foul for the Hot Dogs. So under a minute to play. This one sails out. A good rebound
Great
there.
block.
Prickett tries the chest pass, doesn't work. Almost ripped away by Cook. They'll call a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Frankfort. Here's another look.
Great hustle by Cook to tie up the ball. Now Frankfurt's got the ball on offense. Got to look to get a bucket here.
Cordado dribbled inside and traveled. So that'll be a turnover. Haven't been keeping track of turnovers, but it looks like much of the same from last time out for the Hot Dogs of giving up easy possessions.
Yeah, Guardardo was trying to go in there, make a bully move. Looks like picked up the ball a little too early, and feet shuffled and got the travel called.
This one will stay with Fountain Central. No, excuse me. This will stay with Fountain Central. A little bit of confusion down there on the floor as Prickett will inbound, and now Frankfort is going to full court press. They'll try to break it by going over the top. There's Kate Brown, and here come the Hot Dogs. Cordado all by herself, 4 defenders, and puts it in.
Wow, that is a great play by Vanessa there. Got the steal, took it the length of the court, spinning move, and it's in.
And the first field goal for the Hot Dogs comes late in this first quarter. Cordado gets it done, the junior. Here's Fountain Central's chance to respond with just over 10 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Prickett will try it by herself, 5 to shoot. And a whistle blown. We'll see what that was. And it was on Cook, so her second foul. 8th team foul for the Hot Dogs. I wouldn't call it foul trouble, but definitely foul consideration at this point.
Yeah.
And so we see another trip to the line for the Mustangs. And again, Lainey Hoagland misses. And this one very contested, another jump ball, so it'll go with the Mustangs this time with 0.7 on the clock. Not much time to do anything but catch and shoot before the end of this first quarter.
Yeah, we'll see what Carr designs up here. Have to get a very quick shot off.
And so they will just run the clock out. So the first quarter play ramps up 11-3 after one quarter of action here at Case Arena. Doug, what did you like from the Mustangs, who are now leading?
I love the ball pressure they put on Cook. I thought the way they played close-up physical defense on her, got her to turn the ball over some, and the press they had really made Frankfort struggle with that. So great defense. Now they just got to put in, finish some shots, but really great defense.
Love the heads-up basketball on both sides of this. We've seen a whole lot of action as far as turnovers and steals go. It's a high-energy game, and so if both teams can sustain that for the remainder of our time here, we will definitely see a good one. Here in between quarters, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Healthy Communities of Clinton County. The Healthy Communities of Clinton County Coalition was formed in 2006 as a partnership of healthcare providers, service care providers, educators, and community leaders who are all interested in addressing issues of health in the Clinton County community. Now, over 15 years later, the coalition is still committed to making permanent change by encouraging policy, systems, and environmental changes with the desire to always make the healthy choice the easy choice. Learn more at healthyclintonccounty.com. JD Arlen, Doug Wood joining you here at Case Arena for a little non-conference action as the Hot Dogs and Fountain Central Mustangs clash, looking for their first win. And Doug, so far it's been all visitors.
Yeah, Fountain Central has really dominated this game so far, shutting Frankfort down completely on offense. And they've gotten to the free throw line, causing 8 fouls from Frankfort.
Madison Cook back over to Vasquez Rivera. Under the rim, and Flores is fouled. It drops. So how about it? Ciara Flores knows where she is. 2 defenders, 3 defenders, doesn't matter. Gets it up off the glass. Hey, it might be Saturday night, but that bank is open. And so she'll pick up the N1 and take a trip to the line.
Yeah, that was a beautiful power move. Drop step, fight through the contact, and get the N1 bucket.
So now she's 1 for 2 from the floor. Misses that one. But hey, Frankfort showing some signs of life. 11-5 here at the beginning of this second quarter of action. Prickett running the offense. Sees the screen. Tries to toss it over the top. But hey, getting it done on the other end was Flores again, who uses that 5'7" frame to match up nicely against Kaylee Sprague, who had her arms open for it.
Yeah, that was great defense. Help side defense. Looks like they got beat on the drive. Came over and knocked it away.
Here's Hoagland back out to Prickett. And they'll try the 3, and it falls for Simcoe, who hits her first shot of the afternoon. Her first 3 as well. And so it'll be 13-5 as Simcoe launches one in. And they'll count it as 2, so 13-5. So it'll be the longest 2 you've ever seen for Simcoe. But she's tried that shot 3 or 4 times, so it's good to see her finally notch one in. And so out of bounds, and Frankfort will toss in. Into the paint, no one there to grab it. Flores kicks it back out to Cook. No dice this time. They'll try to save it. That'll be out of bounds. So the Mustangs will get another shot. I like the play. I like having Cook open on the top of the arc. It's just you've got to make it count when you get open shots like that.
Yeah, you can't ask for much more of a better shot for Madison Cook.
Fast break. Mustangs get it. That's Kirkpatrick. Logs her 5th point, or her first field goal. 15-5. 6:40 on the clock. Almost a jump ball as Kirkpatrick gets it back. And now over the halfway is Hoagland. Hoagland tossing back out to Simcoe. Here's Sprague. She'll try 2 and get it.
Yeah, this Fountain Central team seems to be settling in. They've made 3 buckets in a row and just forced a turnover there.
A very avoidable, almost unforced error there from Frankfort, who had all the momentum in the world just moments ago. But yeah, with that crushing 17-5 lead, the Hot Dogs are definitely looking to do something before halftime to get some more points on the board. Here's Braylee Hogan over the timeline. Tried to go out to Casey Kirkpatrick, couldn't find her in time. Sprague back to Simcoe. And you see Kirkpatrick there on the baseline getting ready to drive inside and make a play. Simcoe back out. Here's Kirkpatrick. Great 2-3 zone for Frankfort. Prickett is fouled. And they'll get Guardado on that one, her 3rd.
Yeah, she came over just a little too aggressively, I think, got her with the body. The refs are going to call that all day.
It's now the 9th team foul of the half, as Fountain Central takes yet another trip and some substitutions made. So Guardado sits. Jalen Vessels, who, by the way, also has 3, comes back in her place. And that one's good for Sprague.
A little confusion there. Got to shoot the second free throw.
Got to get both of them up. And my apologies, it was Prickett, not Sprague, that's at the line to shoot. So not a 1-and-1, just 2 shots. 18-5 with 5:45 on the clock. And Prickett misses that one. More confusion, and it'll stay with Fountain Central. The Mustangs getting a second opportunity, plus a couple trips to the line.
Yeah, the girls, for the hot dog girls, got to rebound better. Fountain Central has gotten way too many second opportunities tonight.
Great heads-up play there by Valdez, who knocks it out at the last moment. And so Ella Makati throws in to Cook, shares the love over to Vasquez Rivera. Back to Cook, but it's picked off. Here's Prickett all by herself and picked off again. A lot of turnovers. Santos Valdez is the one to pick it off. She sends it all the way back down. Putting it up was Makati. No good, as Kirkpatrick will take it back.
Yeah, that was good defense from Fountain Central there. Got a hand up. Looked like they tipped the shot. And came down with the rebound.
The toss over to Prickett. Left side. Kirkpatrick under the rim. Kick it back out. Tried the three. No good. So almost like a Hoosiers basketball scenario there. Got to pass 5 times before you take a shot. And that's exactly what Fountain Central did. Just didn't make the open look.
Yeah, if you're a Fountain Central fan, you got to love the way this team's looking tonight. Sam Carr's got his team playing really well.
Seems like all the preseason jitters are off as this team accomplishes the Clinton County Gauntlet. Clinton Prairie here tonight, and then their next game is at Clinton Central. Is hosting Clinton Central, excuse me. And there's Sprague for 2. So 20 points on the board for the Mustangs compared to Frankfort's 5. And now Matt Crawford calling his team together, taking a timeout to breathe. And what are you saying if you're in that Frankfort huddle?
Slow down. You gotta take care of the basketball right now. I said that was my key to the game, and so far they have not done have not done that. Turned the ball over a lot, and also you got to box out. Fountain Central has gotten multiple rebounds almost every possession, and it's hard to get a stop when they're getting 2 or 3 shots every time.
Yeah, Doug, I couldn't have said it any better. And something else we talked about pregame is you got to take easy shots to make easy shots. So chucking up threes is not always the greatest opportunity. Even when you're facing a deficit like this, there's still a lot of basketball left to play. And at the beginning of the second quarter, you still got 24 minutes to get your act together. So if you get in the flow, if you get something that's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But Frankfort's still searching for exactly what works and what strategy they can rely on for not only this game but for their season, which is so far been marred by large deficits in the first half. And there's Vessels. Hands it off. Left side is Valdez. And she gets an easy 2.
There it is. That's that easy shot you were just talking about. Wide open layup, and it went in.
Daisy Santos Valdez picks that one up. And now Fountain Central will respond. Simcoe over to Hoagland. Back to Simcoe. Pressure defense, bringing 2 up. Way beyond the arc. So an aggressive defensive style for Crawford's Hot Dogs. And here's Hoagland with not much space. Simcoe thought about the shot, decides to take it off. And it looks like it could have been a foul, but instead we'll call a timeout at the last second there to bail Santos Valdez out of trouble. So
yeah, I thought that whistle was for a foul call, but they called a timeout.
Just in time, saved by the whistle there. Talked to a lot of coaches who always say if we we don't get to stockpile our timeouts, so might as well use them, especially here in this first half when you get a fresh set of 5 just after the intermission point. And so if you're just joining us or you're not as familiar with Frankfort basketball, here's what happened last time out for the Hot Dogs. They were cooked by Carroll 64-24. We're going to try to avoid using too many hot dog puns tonight. Yeah, which started from the opening tip to the final horn. Carroll led 25-4 after 1 quarter of play, so obviously a little more successful tonight. But then the Hot Dogs never scored more than 10 points in any single quarter of play. As a team, Frankfort only shooting 27% from the floor. Tonight, I'd argue it's a little bit better, but definitely the Hot Dogs have to focus on making those high percentage shots before they can do anything too flashy from beyond the arc. Here's Casey Kirkpatrick back off to Hoagland. Top of the key, looking for some space. Great defensive pressure and thrown out. And that's exactly what Coach Crawford wanted to see, who had the rebound himself out of bounds.
Yeah, you love seeing that. Put the pressure on the ball handler, force it to throw out of bounds. Now you get a chance to make it a 10-point game.
Mustangs bring the pressure as Santos Valdez dribbles up court. It's a clean turnover there. Hannah Prickett passes over, and eventually Hoagland had the opportunity, but everybody moving a little too quick. And so it will be trip to out-of-bounds land. Take another look at it.
Looked like it went off Fountain Central there. Looks like the Mustangs caught a break, but see if the Hot Dogs still get a stop here.
20-7. 3:17 to go here in this first half as Kirkpatrick goes off glass for two. And Casey Kirkpatrick is one of the most reliable Mustangs players, I'd say most reliable players on the court tonight.
Yeah, she's played a really, really good game.
Easy points.
Yeah, easy points.
And there she goes again with a nice steal. Kirkpatrick trying to do it all by herself. Parade lapping in. Casey Kirkpatrick. 4 points in 10 seconds.
That ball touched about every part of the rim it could have and then fell in.
She's going to be thinking about that for a while as she picks over another turnover. Kirkpatrick redirects to Hoagland. And so we'll see if they decide to go with her again. Simcoe directing the offense back out to Prickett. Great clock management for the Mustangs. Like you said earlier, Doug, no shot clock in any Indiana high school basketball. So Mustangs have as much time as they want to ride out this 24-7 lead as Hoagland has nowhere to be quickly. Prickett back over to Hoagland. They're going to look for that perfect opportunity before they try anything. And so I'd argue possession time probably about 70% in favor of these Mustangs. How about Kirkpatrick? Misses that time. I like the intensity, though. And looks like a foul called.
Yeah, if you're Coach Carr, you're not going to be mad about that shot. You got to feed the hot hand. She's been hitting buckets all night. So
some substitutions made. Katie Brown back in. So Fountain Central bringing their bigs out.
Yeah, I noticed when I was watching the warm-ups, Fountain Central is much bigger than Frankfort. And I think Frankfort's been struggling with that tonight with the rebounding, and Fountain Central just kind of bully-balling their way into getting some buckets.
So the foul was offensive. It was the 7th team foul for Fountain Central. As at the line, Ella McCarthy misses. Falling on it is Hannah Prickett. And it'll go back the other way, so they'll call it travel. And so Frankfort gets to hang on to it for a little bit. And having some words with the official is Sam Carr, who I'm sure is just exchanging email addresses for after the game with the officiating crew. Not too thrilled about that call. You can see the 2 steps, though, and then the extra. So I understand where the call's coming from, but maybe he's arguing no foul was called.
Yeah, he wanted that the push. He's saying the push led to the travel. Either way, it's one of those calls whenever the ref sees first. So ref saw the feet shuffle, therefore he called the travel.
We are the only ones in this arena with the replay monitor tonight, too. So we're going to have to truly trust the Stripe team on this one as Sam Carr's not thrilled, but this will stay with Frankfort. So the call stands, and inbounding is Ella McCarthy. And she will try to toss in, but great pressure there from Hoagland. Goes back to Jalen Vessels. Left side is Cook. Can't get it off the glass. Kirkpatrick there for the rebound as a foul is called on Frankfort.
Last one went Frankfort's way. This one went Fountain Central's way. But almost exact same play, just on the other side. That one, Syra Fuller has just kind of pushed her over. So you got the foul call there.
We'll get Santos Valdez for that one.
Oh, Santos Valdez, okay.
24-7. Difficult deficit to overcome. Not what you want to be facing in the locker room, as this first one is missed from Kirkpatrick. By the way, her 6th free throw of the evening.
Talk about living at the free throw line. That's what she's done tonight.
Live and die by free throws. That's what a lot of Indiana coaches will tell you, and she will live on that one. And so she knocks in her 4th positive points from the charity stripe as Cook faces the double team and gets it stripped away. Here's Prickett all alone off the defender and fouled as she tried to go for glass. So Prickett all night has been going for those fast breaks, and check it out there as it looks like the 10 jersey, Jalen Vessels, will pick up her 4th. And so she will take a walk to the bench as Sarah Flores comes out to replace her with 3 fouls. This one's good.
Fountain Central, they've been pretty effective from the free throw line tonight, I think. Don't have the exact numbers, but it's definitely helped them to get this bigger lead.
And that one's good as well. So how about it? Hannah Prickett, 2 for 2 from the line. Cook back over to Rivera. And there's Flores, who restarted this offense earlier, and she does it again. And so Sarah Flores picks up her 4th point off the glass, same way as the last time. Those high percentage shots leading to results, and Fountain Central struggling to get it over the timeline. So saved by the whistle yet again with just 1:18 to go in this half.
Yeah, it looks like when Frankfort can get that into that press, it's been really effective for them. I think they've just had a hard time getting into that press because they've been turning the ball over themselves. Fountain Central's been taking it the other way.
Fountain Central certainly dominated early. Now Frankfort showing some signs of life and seeing some things that work for them. As these teams take a timeout right before halftime, we will step away to thank our sponsor, FiberHawk, now available FiberHawk Fiber Internet. Super fast speeds, no more buffering, perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 765-922-HAWK. That's HAWK. Fast, affordable. That's FiberHawk. 1:18 to go. J.D. Arlen Dugwood here in the Crow's Nest at Case Arena, 27-9, the visitors lead, and the energy level dropping for the Mustangs as Frankfort showing some signs of life.
Yeah, they're getting into this press again here. So we'll see if they can force a turnover. Looks like they got a really good trap going on right now.
No whistle blown. Might have been offensive there.
Offensive foul, wow.
Yeah, and so they'll get Hannah Prickett as she shoved with her elbow. The 8th team foul for Fountain Central. Check out another look at it there. Yeah, you can't use the elbow, but in a very difficult situation. And so just some miscommunication there as McCarthy was unable to come up with it. Flores had the vision, but McCarthy just moving a little too quick. And so now Fountain Central will take it back, facing that Frankfort press yet again. Hoagland is trapped. Looking for help, finds it on the left side. Still with the ball. And she will pass off to Simcoe, who gets it back and turns it over to Cook. Cook last touched it, so this one will stay with the Mustangs with under a minute to go now.
Yeah, the Hot Dogs are starting to get their hands on a lot of balls right now, knocking them away. So you got to like this defense if you're Coach Crawford.
Prickett over to Simcoe, left side there. Kirkpatrick, 4-2. How about that?
Yeah, she has been dominant tonight.
12 points in this first half for Casey Kirkpatrick, leaving little room for anyone else to be the player of the game tonight. McCarthy, smooth moves, gets it off to Flores, no good. And so Simcoe will take over. Couple of turnovers. Simcoe looking for help. Finds Hoagland, who beats a couple defenders. Passes it off to Prickett. Kirkpatrick picks up the foul and taking her 5th trip to the line now.
Yeah, she has been at the free throw line what seems to be all night long. The Dogs pick up another foul. They are in deep foul trouble right now. Multiple girls have 3+ fouls.
So under a minute to go, and Doug, I know you've played. You play for the men's team. Is there any difference shooting a free throw at Case Arena where there is no back wall compared to most high school gyms where you do have a little depth perception? Oh,
definitely. I remember my first ever game in Case Arena. I'm used to playing at the middle school where you just see that wall behind, and you see people walking behind. It's their depth perception is way off. So that's why Case Arena can be a very big home court advantage because you practice in that every single day. But yeah, it's definitely for sure tricky, especially when you get the moving factors of the people walking behind. You're not used to seeing that behind the backboard.
Good preparation wherever these players go after here. As the shot goes up and no good. That was Hoagland. Or excuse me, yeah, that was Laney Hoagland. And now back over is Simcoe. 2 seconds to go. Got to catch and shoot. And it looks like they'll let the halftime buzzer ring. So that does it after 2 quarters of play. 30-9. The score, and Doug, a complete domination from these Mustangs. It doesn't feel like it, though. I don't think that score demonstrates how well Frankfort's played in the last 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, these past, I'd say, the second half of the second quarter, they played really well. The energy started coming back. They just got down a lot early. So we'll see how they come out in the second half. Still a lot of time, 16 minutes left to go. So 21 points can go away fast in basketball. 21
points separate these two teams from their first win of this 2022-2023 season. You're watching the Hot Dog Network, and we come back the latter 2 quarters of play in this non-conference battle right here in Frankfort, Indiana. You're listening to ISC and the Hot Dog Network. We'll be right back.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable.
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
At Defining Looks on Sagamore Parkway North in Lafayette, talk to a specialist and discuss your specific needs for wigs or toppers. Defining Looks is committed to helping anyone experiencing hair loss to lead a normal lifestyle. Our wigs are of the highest quality, allowing us to customize to your personal style. Shop our large selection for your medical, cosmetic, or fashion needs. Confident, bold, and fashionable. Be your own kind of beautiful at Defining Looks. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram.
The offensive source in this quarter. Brady, hello, has the first up.
Smith then tracks it down. Shot at the buzzer.
Sideline. He cuts it back. Can he get to the goal line? Stankham looks for his man and fell from the seat of his pants. Makes the grab. Johnson gets by that first wave. Bounces it outside. Johnson into the end zone. Touchdown, Lawrence Central.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a 3rd season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
Finding affordable, quality reproductive health care isn't always easy. Did you know that there is now a family planning and reproductive health clinic in our area that is income-based? Services include Pap tests, breast cancer screenings, pregnancy tests, sexually transmitted infection and HIV testing, same-day birth control placement, filled prescriptions, and free condoms. Services are on an income-based sliding scale. Visit 1234 Rossville Avenue or call 659-6063 for more information or to schedule an appointment.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable!
Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die.
Inconceivable!
To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99.
Inconceivable!
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
At Defining Looks on Sagamore Parkway North in Lafayette, talk to a specialist and discuss your specific needs for wigs or toppers. Defining Looks is committed to helping anyone experiencing hair loss to lead a normal lifestyle. Our wigs are of the highest quality, allowing us to customize to your personal style. Shop our large selection for your medical, cosmetic, or fashion needs. Confident, bold, and fashionable. Be your own kind of beautiful at Defining Looks. Follow us on Facebook or Instagram.
The offensive source in this quarter. Brady, hello, has the first down. Smith tracks it down. Shot at the buzzer. Sideline. He cuts it back. Can he get to the goal line? Stankham looks for his man and fell from the seat of his pants. Makes the grab. Johnson gets by that first wave. Bounces it outside. Johnson into the end zone. Touchdown, Lawrence Central.
Finding affordable quality reproductive health care isn't always easy. Did you know that there is now a family planning and reproductive health clinic in our area that is income-based? Services include Pap tests, breast cancer screenings, pregnancy tests, sexually transmitted infection and HIV testing, same-day birth control placement, filled prescriptions, and free condoms. Services are on an income-based sliding scale. Visit 1234 Rossville Avenue or call 659-6063 for more information or to schedule an appointment.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a third season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
Welcome back. It's halftime at Case Arena. 30-9 the score now in favor of the visiting Fountain Central Mustangs. The 0-1 Frankfort Hot Dogs didn't look so good in the first quarter, but then found their stride and came back with a little bit of a pulse in the second quarter. As we take a look at some halftime stats, Casey Kirkpatrick has undeniably been the player of the game. She wears the 40 jersey for the visitors. 12 points, 6 trips to the free throw line, and she's also shooting 4 for 7 from the floor. Casey Kirkpatrick has been great. Hannah Prickett as well, multiple steals and 7 points. And then on the other side of the ball, the two bigs have made the difference. Sarah Flores and Vanessa Gardado have made it count. Of course, only 6 points between the two of them, but that's exactly what Frankfort needs to do, is focus on getting the ball low, putting up high percentage shots.
Yeah, you see this highlight here of Vanessa taking it the length of the court. It's a little spin move, put it up, and it's in. So I think they need to get her the ball more. Look to see if Cook can get going. She struggled tonight, but it's a new half, so we'll see what Coach Crawford said at halftime.
Yeah, Cook has missed a pair of threes and hasn't logged any points by my count tonight. And so she's got to get it under control, crossing the timeline and breaking that press. I believe, if I was the coach in either of these locker rooms, be talking about press, and trying to break it. It's one of the most difficult things in the game of basketball to focus, because you break down the playbook, throw it in the garbage can, and say, okay, we just got to react to what's going on. And that basketball IQ can be pretty difficult to teach, as now we see both teams getting ready for action. 1 minute to go. Doug, if you had to give each program a key based on what you've seen in the first half, what would it be? Start with Fountain Central.
Just keep doing what you're doing right now. Get the ball to Kirkpatrick, get it inside, and get to the free throw line. I mean, I'm pretty sure Frankfort had near 15 fouls in that first half. Keep the pressure up, get the ball inside.
And then for Frankfort?
For Frankfort, it's got to be just taking care of the press that Fountain Central's putting on you. Pass the ball around. They're trying to dribble through it right now, and then that's getting some turnovers. Just easy steals. It's not, you can't try to dribble through two people. And then get the easy shot. You don't need to chuck up a shot 2 passes in. Work it around and get the best shot you can get.
Yeah, no shot clock, so as much time as they want. Yeah, good point about the trap. Find a little help your teammates out, go and charge up court and try to get it over the timeline at the very least, and try to get something going. And so starting with the ball will be the Mustangs, I believe, yes, and inbounding will be Braley Hogan, as we have a fresh 8 minutes on the clock for this third quarter of play. And this game moving right along. Riley Simcoe will take it up as the point guard. She's got 2 tonight. Simcoe running that offense. Kirkpatrick staying in, not listed as a starter, by the way. She came off the bench in this game. And this one's no good for Hannah Prickett. One of her only missed shots tonight. And Cook will try it on the other end. Prickett knocks it away. No over and back due to the pressure there. And Frankfort losing control, getting it back. Vasquez Rivera, no good. And now a fast break for the visitors. So they'll slow down. Over to Sprague, who puts it in. Sprague, her third bucket tonight.
Yeah, that was a nice pass. Get it right into the middle. A nice little floater almost. Hook shot. Went right in.
Those 2-point jumpers really come in handy when you're trying to get something going. Here's Gardado in for 2 more. And she's been a key for this Frankfort offense. Her 4th point tonight. 22 and 24 is who you've got to feed down low, and it looks like the Hot Dogs are finally understanding that. Simcoe. Back off to Hoagland. Prickett looking for any opportunity to get inside. Kirkpatrick looks almost double teamed in the paint, so they're locking her down. Frankfort defense starting to figure this out, switching to zone instead of just that 2-3. And Kirkpatrick gets it. She's triple teamed, so she'll have to give it up, and Cook hands off to Ella McCarthy. McCarthy back to Gardado, puts it up and draws the foul.
Yeah, great hands by Cook on the other end to get the steal, and then got the ball to Gardado, and she get nice drive and draw the foul.
They'll get Sprague for that. Her first of the half for Fountain Central. And so shooting 2 will be Vanessa Gardado. You could hear a pin drop here in Case Arena. I was getting worried that she could hear me.
Yeah. This
place gets quiet.
That was very weird. I don't know if I've ever heard Case Arena that quiet.
I think we have a future in golf broadcasting.
Yeah.
Just letting the play transpire there as this one is interrupted by Cook. And so another opportunity for Fountain Central to toss in. Here's Simcoe. Hoagland finds a nice little lane to Prickett, who tosses it down to a wide open Kirkpatrick. Goes over the top, just got a little too excited there trying to get it to Kaylee Sprague, but I like the play. Had Vasquez not had anyone on her, I think that was Gardado down in the post with her, we would have seen an instant 2 points for the Mustangs. So good job by Gardado not leaving her alone. About 5:45 to go here in this third quarter of play. 32-11 the score as Cook will try the long two. No good off the front of the rim. And no foul call, but an out of bounds. And nobody going away from the bucket because it'll stay with Frankfort as Cook inbounds. Cook calling the play. Off to Guardado. Flores loses it to Kirkpatrick. And not quite sure what the call was there.
I believe it was a kickball.
So Cook will inbound, take two here. And everybody trapped up by Fountain Central's aggressive man defense. It's knocked away as Hoagland has the opportunity to score. Kicks it back out to Simcoe to slow it down. Hoagland will try again. Can't get around Flores. And so eventually kicked out, but hey, great defense from Flores and Guardado.
Yeah, the Dogs are starting to do what Fountain Central was doing to them. They're forcing a lot of turnovers now. They're driving baseline and they're just throwing out of bounds.
Contested basketball, but referee's letting them play until that. And Kirkpatrick gets called for the offensive, and she is just in shock. And she tried off that pivot foot. By my count, I believe that's her first.
I'll be quite honest there. I'm a bit shocked they called that as well. Looked like she was just pivoting around and
a little bit of acting.
Flores just fell over her, and they called a foul on Kirkpatrick. So there's maybe a ball don't lie moment.
Braylee Hoagland off the fast break. Hey, line it up. The first 2 points comes in a fast break, and Hoagland playing the role that Prickett played in much of the first half. Vasquez Rivera off to Cook and travel call.
Yeah, I just got to put the ball down before you start going. I think that's one of the more common travels you see. People catch the ball, they want to make a move, but the ball's not on the floor yet. So you got to make sure the ball goes on the court before you start going.
No Euro step.
Yeah.
Here at Case Arena tonight. And Prickett locked up tough by Vasquez Rivera. No whistle.
Great defense.
Here's Kirkpatrick. Just double teamed. Another hits the floor. No whistle this time either. And Hoagland shooting it out wide to Prickett. Prickett finds the lane to Sprague, who puts it in. And Sprague has been reliable under the rim, her fourth field goal. So 8 points for Kaylee Sprague. 36-11 with just over 4 to go. And a wide open jumper for Daisy Santos Valdez to no avail. Quick response.
Great hands.
And hey, how about the fast break for the Hot Dogs? And it's broken up by Braylee Hoagland.
Looks like they got a foul call.
That catch and shoot from Santos Valdez or Vasquez Rivera, I'm not sure who had it just now on the outside. I believe it was Ashley Vasquez Rivera. Got to slow down, let your teammates get there to bail you out of trouble. McCarthy, Santos Valdez. Vasquez Rivera tries the shot, no good. Here comes Hoagland. So that whole affair took about a minute, and we're in the same spot as Kirkpatrick muscles her way into the glass. That 40 jersey is just so dangerous in the paint.
Yeah, she has been dominating them all night long. It seems like they have no answer for her in the paint right now. If I'm Fountain Central, I'm just going to keep feeding her the ball.
Simcoe with a great steal. And she will run the offense as well. Simcoe's been the offensive general tonight when Prickett's been tied up. Madison Cook, great defense, but then called for the foul.
That's her fourth foul. She is in deep foul trouble right now. Looks like Crawford is going to keep her in, though.
And 6 out there. No, 4. So out comes Guardado. So, yeah, Cook will stay in. An interesting decision, but got to leave your best players in. And another foul for Frankfort. They're third now. No, excuse me.
They called offensive foul.
Wow. Goodness.
I cannot believe they got away with that one. It looked like
yeah, let's take another look here.
All over. I guess you do see that little shoulder, but one that can go either way.
So the correction, that will be the 4th team foul for the visitors. But they will get the ball right back. It's down in the paint. Sprague back outside to Prickett, who thought about it. Instead, she'll go to Simcoe. Back to Prickett. Wide open shot there. Decides not to take it. Hoagland driving inside. Great defense. Is a foul called. Some contact under the rim. And so the last one to give there.
Yeah, it looks like Frankfort players are dropping like flies all of a sudden. They just keep falling to the ground.
Yeah, that 10-on-10, we didn't see anything in that clip, so not entirely sure who the foul was called on. Regardless, 5 team fouls for Fountain Central, and if you start sending Frankfort to the line in the third quarter, there's the Dogs' opportunity to try to claw back from the charity stripe because, well, 38-11 is not an ideal position. A comeback isn't out of the question for Frankfort if they're able to get easy buckets like that.
So basketball's a weird sport. You can score 10 points in 30 seconds. So, I mean, 27 points is definitely doable. Tough, but doable.
Sound like a Reggie Miller fan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so there goes Cook, fighting her way over 2. No good. Off the glass, recovered by the Mustangs. The trap as Hoagland hits the floor for travel. And so Hoagland not bailed out by the officials at all on that one. Great trap there. Throwing in will be Ella McCarty, the 5'6" sophomore. Both teams looking for improvement from last year. Not an ideal situation to end the season on. Frankfort finishing 3-20. They have not won a game since January 20th of this year. Fountain Central finished 8-14 and lost in the first round of sectionals to crosstown rival Clinton Prairie. And they will get Frankfort for this one. I believe it was on McCarty.
Yeah, Frankfort, they look a little bit frustrated about that, but they're going to call that. You see, looks like Jalen Vessel's arms go. They start straight up, but then they come down right across the arm. Ref's going to call that every time.
So they send Fountain Central to the line as you're right, and I believe Vessels may have just fouled out by my count. And so Guardado will fill her spot. So fouls becoming a consideration deep into this third quarter here with about 2 minutes to go. 10 minutes left in the game. A fresh 8 on the other side of a quick break, but Frankfort's got to get something in motion as this one's missed. 39-11 the score. And Cook will inbound. McCarty. Left side over to Guardado, who puts it up and no good, and it'll go out of bounds.
If you're Frankfort, that's a great look. Just gotta get in the hoop.
And so, yeah, I was pausing to make sure that that's right, and Frankfort will inbound. As there goes Cook to Guardado. Kicks it out to Vasquez Rivera, who's denied, but gets it back. And that's a dangerous pass, and that's going to happen just about every time you pass into the defender like that. As Hoagland now runs the offense through Brown, who picked it off. Hoagland back out to Prickett. Prickett drives. Great pass to Hoagland. Tries it off the glass and one. And so now the Mustangs will break the 40-point threshold and pick up their 41st. And to the line is Hoagland, who just had the perfectly executed and one. Got the ball up early, rolled it off the glass and in, and that's going to be free points just about every time. Hoagland will shoot one. Try to make this three-point play the hard way.
Yeah, old-fashioned way there. That was a great drive, though. Vanessa's not super happy about the foul call, but like I mentioned earlier in the game, when they're driving down the hoop full speed and there's any sort of contact, they're going to call that almost any time.
4 team fouls for Frankfort as compared to 5 for the visitors. And maybe another one.
I think they said that she went into the lane maybe
Might have been
too early.
I think it was a lane violation.
Yep.
And so, regardless, here come the Hot Dogs, and they'll break the press and get it over the timeline. And unfortunately, he plays for the officials team, so that's going to be a pass that goes out of bounds. As Cook saw the official in the corner of her eye, it'll stay with the Hot Dogs. Daisy Valdez, Santos Valdez, Cia Flores loses it. Brown comes up with it. And now Hoagland has all the time in the world as Frankfort elects to play it safe and get back on defense rather than pressing. That'll be out of bounds. Kaylee Sprague just not there in time. Into the game, by the way, for Fountain Central is the 14 jersey, Lainey Hoagland. Shares the last name with Braley Hoagland, who wears the 10. Not sure of the relation there. And Braley will pick it off and then is fouled by Vanessa Gardado.
Yeah, I believe that's her 5th, so she will be done for the rest of the night, which is a huge loss for Frankfort. She's been one of the few sources of offense for them tonight, so having her on the bench is not ideal.
The Dogs are down 30 as McCarthy comes into the game. Just a minute to go here in this third quarter. Some more substitutions made as Simcoe comes in for Prickett. So we see a little more for Casey Kirkpatrick, who's back in for the Mustangs. That play seemed to confuse everybody as it was tipped, so it won't be an over at the back. Hoagland struggling. Frankfort playing a little more aggressive. At left side, looking for Brown. Can't find her in time, so she'll go the safe route with Simcoe. Simcoe, a lot of pressure from Cook. Aggressive defense for the point guard as Hoagland takes it. Wide open jumper for Brown, who sinks it.
That was a great stroke there. We kind of have a perfect angle here. I'm kind of lined up right with it, and I thought that was in all the way. Great shot.
Tickles the bottom of the nylon there, 44-11. So by a factor of 4, these Fountain Central Mustangs lead. Hoagland off to Brown, down inside the paint. The other Hoagland loses control of it. Here comes Madison Cook fighting at the last buzzer, but no. And so that will end the third quarter. All the momentum in the world staying with the Mustangs as it's 44-11, and Doug, foul trouble just plaguing these Hot Dogs.
Yeah, they've been in foul trouble all night. Only 5 fouls that quarter, which is better than they had this past half. But still, I mean, I think they have 20-plus team fouls right now. And the best player tonight for the Hot Dogs, Vanessa, is out.
That's a tough situation to be in for Frankfort. Yeah, they've got to run their offense through somebody who hasn't even been out tonight. But, hey, better try things in November than in March.
Yeah, like me and you have been talking. You're not going to win a sectional championship in November. No one's going to remember. No one's going to remember this game. So I mean, it's a good game for growth. Obviously, it's not going the way you want it to go, but there's still 8 minutes left. Just might not be able to win the game, but do some things to improve upon.
Try it out. Hey, we take a quick break here at the end of this third quarter before the last 8 minutes of play to thank our friends at Defining Looks Wig, Hair, and Nail Salon, where they can assist you with a wig for your hair loss needs due to COVID-19, any medical conditions such as cancer or age-related thinning hair. They're also certified in toppers, wigs for kids, and children with hair loss. Find them www.defininglooks.com or on Facebook and Instagram. Located at 311 Sagamore Parkway North, Lafayette, Indiana. And so fresh 8 minutes on the clock. The last 8 minutes of play as Fountain Central has an absolutely dominating lead over Frankfort. That 33 points is going to be incredibly difficult to claw back from without changing the strategy at all.
Yeah, for Frankfort to have a chance, I think they need to hit about 5 or 6 3-pointers, which they have not shown the ability to do tonight. But just find some things that you can improve upon, work on them here, try some new things. So,
how about those 3 back-to-back-to-back offensive boards? That's one shining light of this Hot Dog team. They have been able to get boards. They just haven't been able to turn them into any points. As there goes Simcoe trying to hold on to it. If I'm Fountain Central, I'm just going to try to run the clock out. And they will call
5-second call.
The 5 seconds, yeah, so that'll be a turnover. And Cook will inbound as Fountain Central might be up 33, but they're still going to press.
Yeah, I think this coach is just trying to install some, I guess, I don't even know what word to use, but like belief in them. We may be down, but we can still fight back and make this somewhat respectable score.
7:23 to go as we take another trip to the baseline. McCarty to inbound. Nope, just kidding. We'll send Cook in there. And they'll say that this one's going to the Mustangs. So inbounding will be Laney Hoagland. Hoagland finds Prickett. How about that? Simcoe, Brown, Kirkpatrick, buckets. And that's just a well-oiled machine of an offense as Kirkpatrick picks up her 16th point of the night.
Yeah, that's when you talk about beating the press, that's the ideal way to do it, textbook way. I've said passing your way through a press is the easiest way to do it. It's not easy to dribble through someone, so you got 3 to 4 passes there, and then you got a wide open layup.
And that is the way to do it. Mustangs just picking up speed. This one's off the fingertips of Kirkpatrick.
Yeah, it looks like we got the running clock. 35-point lead in high school basketball in Indiana, girls or boys, starts the running clock.
Yeah, and that's a relatively new rule.
Yeah. I think last year was the first year that rule was implemented, or that they started that.
So we look ahead as this one has the rolling clock on, as there's a whistle blown on the Mustangs, and fouls will stop the clock, I believe. We'll see what the call is, as on the line is number 22, Saria Flores, and there's the replay. Of course, can't do that despite the crushing lead. We look ahead to both of these teams as Fountain Central will have the opportunity to finish up the Clinton County Gauntlet by hosting Clinton Central on Tuesday. Then on Thursday, they'll be at Southmont. Former at 6:30, the latter at 7:30. As for the home team Hot Dogs, they also play on Tuesday. They'll host Elwood right here at Case Arena. And then begins a 3-game road trip for the Blue and White, heading to Western on Friday. Then on November 15th at North Montgomery. Take a break for Thanksgiving, and then 11/29, so that's November 29th, they'll play at Sheridan. All of those games taking place at 7:30, and you can catch home games right here on the Hot Dog Network. 6 minutes to go as Simcoe tosses into Sprague, and they'll call the travel on that. Can't just stop with the ball.
Yeah.
And Sprague didn't have a lot of help to the front or back. She had some help on the outside, but obviously those are things you learn the longer you play. So just a sophomore. An impressive showing for this team that is led by all sophomores and 1 junior, like you said in the pregame warm-up.
Yeah, we came in. We knew this team was going to be young. I wasn't quite sure how well they'd play. It's only the 3rd game of the season. But they played like a veteran team tonight. Really well composed. Handled Frankfort's pressure for the most part pretty well. And that's why they got this 35-point lead right now.
About 5.5 to go as Cook will have the opportunity to put in some more from the charity stripe. She's only scored from the foul line. She has 1 free throw in this contest. Frankfort has unfortunately only scored 2 baskets in this half as time continues to wind down. So Cook misses the opportunity for that one. And she will inbound the ball. Kirkpatrick there still providing that crushing defense, heading all the way out to the wing. Cook trying for anything. Picked off by Sprague, who fights her way out of it that time. Good redemption there, and Simcoe runs the offense. And we see this a whole lot as a foul is blown. Fountain Central will start on that far left side, swing it around the perimeter, look for openings, and then cut inside. It's like they've been doing that almost all game. And so if it ain't broke, don't fix it, and it's clearly not broke.
Yeah, it's one of those plays where you move it around, get the defensive shift, and that opens up the middle to get the ball into Kirkpatrick and let her get easy bucket or get to the free throw line.
Simcoe off to Prickett. Starters staying in late in this game. Simcoe has played the whole time here, all 28 minutes so far. Here's Kirkpatrick dribbling. Gets her own rebound up over the backboard. And her second big pass. She's got to stay out of the weight room, as it seems. Went over the head with one pass and over the backboard with that one. Yeah. I like the thinking, and hey, that's great aggressiveness of getting her own rebound, but just got to put it in.
Great drive, good pass.
And there's Santos Valdez off to Vasquez Rivera, who pitches it right into Brown. Oh, that was Kirkpatrick, the defender. Mustangs taking it, tripped up. How about a turnover? Vasquez Rivera on a fast break, puts it up off the glass and good. Ashley Vasquez Rivera with her first field goal of the contest. 46-13 as a whistle stops the clock. And a substitution is made. Cook back in.
Yeah, that time Ashley got the steal. Took it the length of the court and finished. I think they've had a couple fast breaks this game. Hadn't quite finished it, but you like to see them finish it there.
And here comes Hannah Prickett off to Kaylee Sprague for two. 48-13 with 2.5 to go in this game, winding down very quickly. It's picked off. Here comes Hannah Prickett. Off the glass and good. 4 points in 10 seconds as Fountain Central crosses the 50-point threshold. And another one. Here comes Hoagland. She's fouled. She'll take a trip to the line. As we thank our friends from Mulberry Telecommunications on this broadcast. Mulberry Telecommunications currently offers services in Mulberry, Dayton, rural Lafayette, rural Frankfort, and other communities in Clinton and Tippecanoe County. Want to find out if your neighborhood has Mintel fiber? Visit mintel.net to get started. Mulberry Telecommunications, the best gig in town. 2:11 to go, 50-13 at the line. Shooting is, of course, Braylee Hoag. There's that Prickett.
I think that's Prickett. Well, nope, it is. No, it is Hogan.
So the Hoagland sisters making their presence known. This one rattles away with just over 2 to go. Cook facing pressure. Great ball handling. Puts it off the glass. No good. Just needed a little more mustard on it as Kirkpatrick comes up with it. And clean pulls it away. Gives it back to Hoagland. Here comes Prickett now. That trap on the top of the key proving difficult to break. Wide open Kirkpatrick there at the free throw line.
3 seconds.
3-second violation. And so with 1.5 minutes to go.
See Coach Carr telling his girls to get back. Doesn't look like now they're getting back. Don't really want to press with when you're up by 37 in the fourth quarter. So some good sportsmanship there.
Clock stops with 1:19. At the end of this game, we'll thank our friends at the ISC Sports Network. Stay connected to the ISC all season long by downloading the ISC Sports Network app from your favorite app stores. Watch all the games live or from the archives. The ISC Sports Network local lives here. And, of course, today's broadcast presented in part by ISC and the Hot Dog Network. 50-13 with just over a minute to go as the free throw rattles away. Off the glass and good is Daisy Santos Valdez, who picks up her 4th point. Santos Valdez, if she could have been doing that all game, the Hot Dogs might be in a different position. That's exactly the kind of shot that this Frankfort offense needs to look for in the future.
Yeah, that was a great pass from Sarah Flores to a wide open layup, and it converted the layup.
Hoagland is fouled.
That is Cook's 5th.
So 5th is done tonight. Not much to miss. 39.4 on the clock. And some substitutions being made as coming in for is Esme Vasquez-Sanchez, the junior, standing at 5'1", who plays guard. Free throw up and good for Hoagland. Her second made free throw of the night, I should say. And so, yeah, like you said, good sportsmanship. Everybody getting back on defense. Hannah Prickett done for the evening. She'll take a walk to the bench. Get some Gatorade going. Hoagland misses her second. McGotti over to Santos Valdez and back to Vasquez-Sanchez. Vasquez-Sanchez, how about 3? No. Almost, though. I like the thinking at the end. You know, if you got the opportunity, why not go for it?
Yeah, just checking the game. Might as well get a shot up.
Sure thing. And 15 seconds to go here in this game. So the final moments you are witnessing here at Case Arena, it's becoming evident Fountain Central will walk away with this one as Braylee Hogan will try to dribble it out. And, hey, they'll go for Kirkpatrick one more time just at the buzzer. And Kirkpatrick beats the buzzer. So 53-15 will be our final score. And Fountain Central picks up its first win. The Hot Dogs fall to 0-2 on the season. And another difficult loss for Frankfort as this new fledgling team tries to find some room to improve.
Yeah, this is definitely not the way the Hot Dogs wanted to play tonight. I thought coming in, I thought they had a chance to win this game. Fountain Central just came out and played really well. Like we said, a young team, but played like a veteran team tonight.
Yeah, of course, Fountain Central picking up their first win in the season. A very young team, like you mentioned, all sophomores, 1 junior on that starting 5. And that kind of coaching provided by their new head coach, should I mention, Sam Carr, has really done them well. This seemed like a well-oiled machine. They were able to break the press. They were able to score under pressure. And it was all led through that 40 jersey. And we'll see highlights of her in just a moment. But Casey Kirkpatrick was really the key to victory tonight. I definitely have to give her player of the game without a doubt.
Oh, yeah, obviously she played a phenomenal game tonight. I'm not sure how many points she made.
So, yeah, it was just totaling. She's got 16 points.
16 points. And I know she went to the free throw line 5 or 6 times tonight. It looked like they were just passing around and waiting for an opening to get it into her and then just let her go to work. And the Dogs really had no answer for her tonight.
Yeah, and there she is with that circle button spin move
Yeah.
right out at 2K. Yeah. And, of course, some great ball handling we saw up front. I was impressed with Braylee Hoagland. I was impressed with the floor general, Riley Simcoe, and her unselfishness. Didn't take a lot of shots, just went 1 for 3 from the floor, but still almost every single play had the ball in her hands and relied on her teammates. I'd say that Fountain Central's in mid-season form. I think Frankfort needs to find what works for them, whether it is getting down low or feeding Cook, because right now just, hey, give Madison Cook the ball and see what happens just doesn't seem to be working. But I think there are some bright spots to take away from this for the Hot Dogs. Offensive rebounding was great. The full court press was great. In the second half, they stayed out of foul trouble once they slowed down. And shots like that just go off the glass are a dime a dozen. And so I think the Hot Dogs can go out of this one with their heads held high despite the final score and what that scoreboard might say.
Yeah, it's definitely like it's tough losing by 38 points. You walk out, you don't think there's much positive you can get from it, but you go back, you look at the film, look at all these positive things you did, and then obviously the things you can work on too. I really thought the two posts tonight, Syra and Vanessa, played really well. Just got to stay out of foul trouble Vanessa-wise, but I think those are some things you can build on for their next game.
And we will join you when that happens. But for now, we say goodnight from Case Arena. A big shout-out goes out to our student-led crew tonight. And Doug Wood, who you might notice, we've talked about you on the football team, former Frankfort starting quarterback, and your first basketball game. So first in a long career, I was honored to sit down here in the booth and do it with you. Congratulations, Doug. Great job.
Thank you. It was a great time.
Good stuff. All right. So we will say goodnight from Frankfort High School in Frankfort, Indiana. The Hot Dogs trailed the Fountain Central Mustangs all game, and Mustangs pick up their first win to improve to 1-2. You've been watching ISC and the Hot Dog Network. We'll see you next time.
Finding affordable, quality reproductive health care isn't always easy. Did you know that there is now a family planning and reproductive health clinic in our area that is income-based? Services include Pap tests, breast cancer screenings, pregnancy tests, sexually transmitted infection and HIV testing, same-day birth control placement, filled prescriptions, and free condoms. Services are on an income-based sliding scale. Visit 1234 Rossville Avenue or call 659-6063 for more information or to schedule an appointment.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a third season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.